Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we are going to be looking at aggression or assertion when leading. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success. The president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is mata kakimasu. Mata kakimasu. If someone is calling from you, maybe you're busy, you're going to call them back, you'll say, mata kakimasu, mata kakimasu, mata kakimasu. Can't take the call at the moment, you'll return their call, so you just say, mata kakimasu, mata kakimasu, mata kakimasu, mata kakimasu. This is episode number 406. Today we're talking about, are you authentically aggressive or assertive as a leader? In today's business world, leaders need to be authentic leaders. We've all come across this somewhere endorsed by a self-proclaimed guru or prophet. I often ponder, what does that actually mean? I am sure all of those Japanese leaders screaming abuse at their staff when they make mistakes are being authentic. They are authentically terrible, dictatorial, abusive leaders. Actually, this worked like a charm for a very long time in post-war Japan. You joined a company for life, and there was only one route for those who changed jobs, and that was down into the netherworld of strife, insecurity, and lower salary. In the good old days, you had to dodge the flying ashtrays thrown at you by your authentically enraged boss, endure their publicly delivered abuse, and keep going. Yamaichi Securities going down in 1997 made changing jobs mid-career respectable for the first time for those who became unemployed through no fault of their own. Can a boss be passive at the other end of the scale? No. Bosses have to lead the charge, set the direction, check on the milestones, monitor the performance, and drive the results. They have to praise those who are doing a fantastic job, or have a difficult conversation with those who are failing. Where is the line between aggression and assertion, though? One boss's idea of assertion is aggressive power harassment from an employee's perspective. In years past, this didn't matter much because there were plenty of people to go around, and it was my way or the highway. Today, we are rapidly running out of young people. There is a temporary pause in hostilities and the talent war here in Japan, which will shortly resume once COVID is brought under control. Aggressive bosses are self-centered, concerned about their career and how they look to their bosses. Assertive bosses will stand up for their team and themselves vis-a-vis the big bosses and sharp-elbowed, thrusting rivals. They have a 360-degree view of what is going on and how actions affect the whole organisation, rather than focus on the needs of one aggressive individual. Find out more after the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Now, today's show is sponsored by, on the 12th of May, our cross and upselling program, on the 14th of May, in our professional leadership series looking at leading and managing, on the 18th of May, doing time management, on the 21st of May, developing your subordinates, and 28th of May, communicating with different personality styles. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premiere business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Aggressive bosses are often lashing out because they cannot control the stress and pressure they are under. They play a toxic version of pass the parcel and take it out on their subordinates. Assertive leaders know how to keep calm. They have techniques for handling the stress. They realize that their dark, erratic, satanic moods can destroy the motivation and equilibrium of the team. They are the swan bosses, paddling like crazy under the waterline, but moving elegantly through the days no matter what is on. Aggressive bosses believe their job is to tell errant staff how it is and be very blunt and direct in their speech. Assertive bosses can be honest and direct with subordinates, but the language they choose doesn't become inappropriate or demotivating. They know they need this person to recover and get back into the fray and try again, even though their self-confidence is shattered by their poor work output. When your young staff are useless, you can't easily replace them. So your job becomes to help them become useful. Aggressive bosses often have deep underlying poor self-esteem, which is why they lash out and whip people verbally. They need to establish their supreme dominance over the team, and fear is the weapon of choice. Assertive leaders have a confident self-image and good awareness of their strengths and weaknesses. They're at home in their own skin and don't feel the need to constantly prove themselves or beat up their staff. Rather, they're looking for ways to further develop their team. They know they are stuck right where they are until they can groom successors, which will free them up for a promotion to bigger jobs. Every firm needs leaders. The person who is the leadership factory is going to be given more accountability within the organization. I think words like authentic need to have more nuanced meanings. What we are really talking about is someone who is honest, transparent, confident, considerate, and a builder of people, because they believe that is the best thing for everyone. Being an authentic bully in this era in Japan will be a career ender once the top leadership work out this person is a sieve, rapidly leaking talent out of the organization to rival firms. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.